All right, let's just get right into it.
We have all been there, right? That alarm goes off, and the promise you made to yourself just hours before to get up early, to work on that project, to finally go to the gym, it just evaporates. And you're not even fully awake yet, but you already feel like you're behind. You feel stuck in this loop of good intentions that just never seem to happen.
But what if getting unstuck doesn't mean you have to blow up your entire life? What if it's not about some huge, dramatic change? The core idea we're digging into here is that real, lasting progress comes from tiny, almost unnoticeable adjustments that you make every single day.
Yeah, just 1%. It sounds like basically nothing, doesn't it? I mean, a 1% improvement today, you're not even going to see it. But that tiny, tiny shift, when you do it day after day, week after week, it compounds. And that compounding is the most powerful force there is for changing where you end up months or even years from now.
And you have to remember, this compound effect is a double-edged sword. It works both ways. Every single day, you're standing at a fork in the road. Choosing to read for 15 minutes instead of scrolling social media won't turn you into a genius overnight. But over a year, that adds up. On the flip side, those small bad choices, skipping the workout, always choosing comfort, they stack up too and can lead to some really big problems down the road. So this brings us to a really crucial point. How do you make those good choices consistently? It's not about motivation, which comes and goes. It's about trust. And specifically, it's about the trust you have in yourself.
Think about it like this. Every time you say you're going to do something and you actually do it, no matter how small, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're literally building evidence that you're reliable. That builds confidence. But when you hit snooze, when you break that promise, you're casting a vote for the opposite. You're training yourself to be someone who doesn't follow through. And that just breeds doubt.
So how do you fix that? Well, you build self-integrity just like a muscle. You wouldn't walk into a gym for the first time and try to lift the heaviest weight, right? No way. You start small. You make promises to yourself that are so tiny you'd feel kind of ridiculous breaking them. You can't commit to a full hour at the gym? Fine. Promise yourself you'll do 5 push-ups. That's it. Each time you do it, it's a small win, and that muscle of reliability gets just a little bit stronger. And what's cool is, once you start building that internal trust, you get stronger. You develop this new capacity to face challenges in a much more productive way. So when you run into a problem, or you're hit with a tough emotion, you really only have 3 genuinely useful options. Let's just break these down. First up, cry about it. And look, this isn't about being weak. It's about processing the emotion. Acknowledge you're frustrated, or sad, or angry. Feel it, let it out, and clear the deck so you can actually think straight. Second, accept it. Some things are just outside of our control. Wasting energy fighting them is pointless. Acceptance frees you up to focus on what you can change. Which brings us to number 3, change it. If you don't like something and you actually have the power to do something about it, then do it. Take action.
Now, those 3 are productive paths, but there's a 4th option, a trap that most of us get stuck in, just complaining. Complaining feels like you're doing something, right? But you're not. You're just spinning your wheels. It burns through all your energy. It keeps you focused on the problem instead of the solution, and it produces absolutely nothing. 0 results.
Okay, so let's shift gears from your internal world to your external one, because the mindset you're trying to build is massively influenced by the people you choose to surround yourself with. They can be a tailwind that pushes you forward, or they can be an anchor that holds you right where you are. Just let that one sink in for a second. Who are your 5? Seriously, think about it. This isn't just some catchy little phrase. It's a fundamental truth about human nature. Attitudes, habits, mindsets, they're contagious. You're going to absorb the standards and behaviors of the people you spend your time with. And this really shows the choice you have. Are you surrounding yourself with supporters? The people who take responsibility, who are always trying to improve, who actually do what they say they're going to do? Or are you spending your precious time with drainers? The ones who are always blaming someone else, who have an excuse for everything, and who seem stuck in the same old negative patterns? You have to choose where you invest your energy. This brings all of these ideas together into one final, really powerful mindset shift. If you truly want to move forward, you have to stop searching for a villain. You have to stop looking for someone or something else to blame for your life. So when things go wrong, you have 2 options. You can adopt the blame mindset, point your finger at your boss, the economy, your past, whatever. It might feel good for a second, but it leaves you totally powerless. The other option is the ownership mindset. And this doesn't mean everything is your fault. It just means you ask one simple question. Given this situation, what can I control? That one question shifts your entire focus from problems to solutions, and it's the only way to create real, tangible progress. And here's the really beautiful part. None of these things exist on their own. They all work together. They create this amazing virtuous cycle. Building that self-integrity makes it easier to take ownership. Taking ownership gives you the power to change things, which helps you manage your emotions better. Each little improvement in one area builds momentum that makes the next improvement easier. It's the compound effect, but for your entire character.
So it all comes down to this one question. You don't need some perfect, grand plan. You don't need a life-altering revolution tomorrow. You just need to start. So look at your day right now. What is the one tiny, almost laughably small 1% improvement you can commit to? What's the 5 push-up equivalent that you can do today to start building that momentum?